thank y'all for coming. I know it was a sudden call, but I just couldn't take this irresponsible shit no more.
And why the hell is it our problem how you apples treat your youngins?
What? That's not what I meant with irresponsible, you fucking asswipe.
Then what? I, for one, was actually glad you finally acknowledged all that is wrong with this family. I mean, living on a farm in the middle of a city, that's just unnatural.
For the last time, it ain't about me or my family, so shut your holes.
Hey, howdy! What's this all about? Applejack called us here to address the irresponsible way things have been going with your family. Oh, great. About time. I'm glad you finally came to your senses, sis.
Don't act like y'all know what we're talking about. Get lost.
Now that ain't a way to talk to your little sister, is it? I have a right to be here.
No, you're not in this episode.
Welp, can't say nothing against a chowder reference. Bye, y'all.
Okay, so I guess it really isn't about your personal life. Why did you call us here, Applejack?
Yes, come on, say it, will you?
This goes especially for Twilight, since she's the one advocating it. But the rest of y'all can as well take a lesson from that. We can't keep ignoring the shit that's been going on the past couple days. I mean, first it was only Pinky, and I could understand that y'all didn't give a fuck about her losing her magic. Honestly, I didn't either. But now, after what happened with Fluttershy and Rarity, this is getting way too regular now.
Hold on, Rarity too? When'd that happen?
Well, between the episodes, obviously. Dumb question. But how do you know she lost her magic too? With Fluttershy, it was pretty obvious from the first time we saw her again after our zoo visit. Not only did she complain about the same headaches as Pinky was, she also spent that entire conversation without once mentioning her attraction to animals. Please, don't remind me of that. I don't know what happened, and I can't remember either. All of a sudden, my desires were just gone. My sexuality has been lost.
Zoophilia still ain't a sexuality, just by the way. But everything else, she's right. This is seriously wrong.
And Rarity? Yes, how do you know I did as well? My head might also hurt, but that's nothing new to me. I, for one, have been suffering from migraines way before it was cool.
You'll just gotta listen to the way she's speaking and you can hear the difference.
The way she's speaking?
What? You mean her accent?
But that hasn't changed.
Say something again?
Oh yeah, sure. Go ahead. Command me like I'm some fucking noise box that just plays a sound whenever you tell it to. What has my life come to? Unbelievable.
You're right, Applejack.
Huh? With what? What's different?
Her words. She didn't use one foreign expression this entire talk.
I didn't? I see. Yes, that is indeed very unusual.
So you see, I was right in being worried. I mean, one occasion might have been just some simple robbery, maybe some equestrian parasite was just hungry. But now that specifically two more of us, have been robbed of their magic, there's no doubt that someone is directly targeting us to steal our power. And with all due respect for that whole leave it to Robotus, he knows what he's doing attitude of yours, Twi. I'd rather not have some magical thief running around growing more powerful the more time we're wasting ignoring them.
Well, what would you have us do then, huh? Go out into the city and hunt down this whoever it may be? We have no clue who's behind this, and no idea where we should even start looking. Well, that's not entirely true. There's at least one thing that struck me suspicious ever since I heard of Fluttershy losing her magic as well.
Which is?
Sunset Shimmer.
Yeah? What about me?
It was you who came to that realization that Fluttershy would likely be the next target. Then you went away to go find her, and later, we find out that on the very same day, Fluttershy got stolen her magic. Sounds kinda suspicious, no?
Hey, where the hell do you think you're taking this? It's true that I left to find her, but that doesn't mean that I automatically am likely to have done it. Did you ever think that maybe I actually didn't find her at all? I mean, I had no idea she was at the zoo as well, and why should I have known that? When I went to go find her, the first place I went to was her home. And when I didn't meet her there, I moved onto the animal shelter in the city park, but both times to no success. It was about then when I got your call that you were with her after a zookeeper had found her, unconscious in the back area of the wolf's pen. It took me totally by surprise that she was also at the zoo. Why would I think she'd be there when she's been banned?
All right, jeez. You had me on quite a roller coaster there with that word flood. At first I thought that Pinky was just being crazy like she always is, but then you just kept on justifying yourself, making it seem really like you had something to hide. But then however you reached the point where you were going on for so long that by now I don't know anymore. The way I see it, you might have very well done it. Or maybe not. Your lengthy justifications certainly didn't help matters.
Oh, so that's how it is. Fine. Next time I'll just silently take being slandered. Sorry that being called a villain is somewhat triggery for me.
What I find weird about this whole magic stealing thing, why does losing their magic result in them also losing a part of their behavior? More specifically, the most notorious one for each.
I don't recall that being a thing the last time we lost it.
Oh yeah? Then tell me, smartass, what great and unique trait did I lose when I got robbed, huh? Because up until now, you didn't at all mention anything about me. I bet you don't even know what made me special.
Come on, that's easy. Just listen to how you're acting now, all spiteful and angry. The thief took away your refreshing naivety, and now all you're left with is the same worn-out toxic demeanor the rest of us are constantly displaying.
My God, you're right! How the asshole is gonna rue the day they robbed me of all that made me special? When I get my hands on them, I'm gonna break their fucking neck!
Jesus, Pinky. Y'all really need your magic back.
But coming back to your point, Rainbow Dash, I think that this time, we're dealing with something more powerful. The device I had built was meant to merely track magic, and absorbing it was a malfunction. And I did always try to force it closed when it sucked away someone's magic. Maybe this is what happens when a victim is completely drained. Not only do they lose their strength and energy, they also lose a part of themselves. The inner core of their being, so to speak.
The core of our being? Kinda sad when you consider that the core of Fluttershy's being was the wish to fuck animals. Oh yeah, but you were so much better. Being that much of a pretentious cunt that you literally had to carry a dictionary with you, just so you could constantly look up new expressions for each occasion. That's right. Don't think we didn't notice that.
Objectively speaking, Rarity was still far less depraved and horrible of a person than you were. Though I too must admit, that is pretty pathetic.
Just you wait and see until your magic is gone. Then we'll talk about pathetic traits that got lost.
Hey guys, can we stop that now? All this pointless fighting is getting us nowhere. Or at least don't just drop me out of the topic after you've insulted me so blatantly. Like, there I am defending myself and then suddenly Rainbow comes in and completely overshadows me. What the hell?
Oh, I'm sorry. Would you prefer it if we kept suspecting you as the magic thief?
I'm not even gonna dignify that with an answer. But can we please get back to what's important?
I actually agree with her on that. The whole point of this meeting was to get us all to take this threat seriously. But to nobody's surprise, we still don't have anything better to do with our time than continuously getting on our nerves. I can't even recall when that turn of events became old. I really wish Robotus was able to move this plot forward with more than just one singular narrative device. That being pointless conflict that goes nowhere.
Well, look on the bright side, Applejack. At least they don't seem to be as ignorant of the problem as they were before. They're just unable to process this whole thing because they're just flanderized shadows of characters. But even they seem to have gotten the message. Just to be safe about this, you did understand that there is a problem, didn't you, Twilight?
Of course, I'm not stupid. At least not as dumb as the rest here.
Great. So now, what are we gonna do about this?
Don't worry, I know exactly what we need to do.
I swear to God, if y'all now say that we just need to sit it out because Robotus is gonna handle it either way, this story's gonna gain a sudden twist feeling.
Fine, then I won't say it. Doesn't make it any less true, though.
The best thing for us to do would be to stick close to each other as often as we can. The fewer times we are by ourselves, the fewer opportunities this villain has to rob one of us.
Maybe, but do they even need to get us one at a time? I mean, practically speaking, what would we do if this thief showed up right now out of nowhere? It isn't like any of us happen to carry any weapons with us, or do we?
Well, maybe not, but I don't think that has to make a difference. I mean, when push comes to shove, we can still just throw ourselves onto that douche and grab him.
True, but the problem is, we don't know what kind of villain we're even dealing with. For all we know, we could be facing some mythical magic vampire or something. Who knows what kind of creature could have come from Equestria to feed on our magic?
Whoa, hold on!
Jeez, don't startle us like that. What's wrong?
What Twilight just said made me realize something. Maybe we were watching this from a completely wrong angle. What if whoever is stealing our magic isn't even from this world? If they're from Equestria, then of course we wouldn't know what we're dealing with.
Is that gonna go anywhere, or are you just saying that to justify why we haven't made any progress in covering this thief?
Maybe it's Tirek.
Oh yeah, right. Tirek! Of course! But say, Sunset, let's pretend I have no idea what a Tirek is. How would you explain that to me? Hypothetically.
Well, he's a centaur from the far lands of Equestria, who came to our land eons ago to drain it of its magic and become all-powerful. Something he recently tried again when he was cast as an homage villain to the first generation in their TV show. Last thing I had heard, he was sent back to Tartarus after the show had ended, since unlike Cozy Glow, he was an actual threat, and actually evil. But given the reliability of anything in this narrative, I wouldn't at all exclude the possibility that he just broke out again.
Oh, I see. Thank you for this vital information that I'm sure also the viewers didn't already know. Otherwise, this would have been a completely unnecessary waste of 30 seconds.
But back on track. So you think it might be this Tirek guy who's stealing our magic?
It would be fitting, since that's always kind of been his thing. He gains strength by consuming magic. Though it would be illogical for him to come here then, since us seven are the only people in this world who even possess magic.
As far as we know. But given the way this story is actively being written while playing out, I wouldn't be surprised at all if Robotus decided to establish some bullshit about magic now being like the Force. Like that it's all around us, rooted in all living things or some shit.
Man, that would be totally stupid.
But if we're assuming it is him, then that would mean a whole new definition of trouble. Just for comparison, the last time he reached his full power, he would have been able to step on our school's roof.
Damn, that's big.
Understatement of the year, but okay.
Well, the year isn't all that long yet. At least at the time of making this episode. What are we gonna do about this? I mean, is there a way to fight this T-Rex guy?
And can we even be sure it really is him? Up until now, there's been nothing but speculations.
I know, but he'd be the most likely. And as for fighting him, I'm not really sure. We might be able to stand our ground if he attacks us now, but we're already 2 elements short of being fully effective. I doubt we'd be able to defeat him like the other villains.
And what about a more conventional way?
More conventional. What do you mean?
A gun, simply put. Does he have a resistance against bullets?
Oh, Applejack, that's gotta be the yokeless thing you ever said. He's a magical centaur from Equestria, able to shoot energy beams from a sphere on his forehead. Of course he's immune to bullets.
Damn. Well, suggesting don't cost nothing.
Huh? What's that? Oh, sorry. That's my phone. Well, gotta dash.
Hey, hold on, y'all. Where the hell do you think you're going now? This talk ain't over yet.
And it doesn't look like it will be anytime soon. But I, for one, have got some other business to attend to.
Oh yeah? What could be so important that you just leave us here?
Jim, I started exercising lately.
Really? But you never made any mention of that up until now.
Which is weird because... Why do people always think that just because we're friends? I need to share every single thing I'm doing with you all the time. I still have a life besides you. Problem?
No, not really. Go on, Dash.
Call me if this discussion surprisingly did bring out anything constructive. Goodbye.
You know I don't want to sound like that girl, but did anyone else notice that she was acting a little weird in the way she suddenly left?
Well, maybe, but I wouldn't think too much about it. She was right, you know. I also don't share everything with you.
Forgive me if I find that hard to believe. I mean, what could you possibly have refrained from telling us after being so expressively open about your sick attractions?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Actually, I wouldn't. I couldn't care less if I tried to.
Wait, this seems suspicious. Sunset, are you saying that you think Rainbow might be the villain?
No, I mean, I don't know. No, I'm not sure anyhow. It just sounded suspicious to me, the way she just abruptly left.
Well, for all I care, you can go and spy on her if you want to waste your time like that. My stance hasn't changed yet. Blissful ignorance is never a bad idea.
This is way too stressy anyways. And it's not like I actually care.
Neither do I, honestly.
I give up. Ain't no helping these fools. Looks like y'all's gonna be on your own with this.
Wait, but weren't you the one who brought us together to acknowledge this problem? I thought at least you would have the sense to do something.
I ain't, but that's just it. I brought us here specifically so I wouldn't have to be the one doing something. 'Cause if you didn't by now notice it, I often talk big, but in reality, I also rather don't do nothing. I mean, have you looked at those two? I don't want to end up like them. Hell no.
Aha. Well, good thing you're not known as the element of bravery, because then I'd be calling false advertising.
Hey, I'm brave. In fact, I'm stunning and brave. But that's simply because I'm lesbian. Ain't got nothing to do with actual courage or something.
Hey, I thought you weren't lesbian.
I am when it suits me.
All right, okay, sure. Then I guess I'll just be going alone. To potentially stumble on Rainbow Dash actually being the magic thief. And probably getting robbed myself.
Have fun with that.
Sometimes I wonder why I even bother.